Testing. Great. Now we're calling on the lapel mic.
All right.
Let's get started. My name is Amarakvati Lee, here with former council member of the 6th District, Dee Andrews. It is April 11th, Thursday, 2024, and we're at Cabrillo High School. And I think we're ready to get started.
Sounds good.
Awesome. So why don't we just start with where were you born and where'd you grow up and
Sounds good.
your whole, yeah.
Well, my name is Dee Andrews. My real name is D. Lewis Andrews, but they just cut it short. And I always use examples like I'm the fourth child, so they call me ABCD, so they call me Dee Andrews. But I was born in Texas, and it's East Texas. That's Ore City, Orecity. That's way, we call it red clay dirt type of city. It's about maybe 100 people in it. But like everyone in that little city was your kins, they call it, relatives of yours. But that's really where it was all about. It started there, and then it kind of escalated from there. After I stayed in the South until I became 5 years of age, and I left there, and my mother sent us out here to California. And we came out here, and matter of fact, it's amazing because the fact when we came out here, we lived in a project right across the street from Santa Fe here. It was called Project Number 3, Cabrillo 3. They had 3 projects that they brought a lot of the African Americans here, basically to work at the Naval Shipyard. That's where my mother and father worked, Naval Shipyard. Right now, that is the port of, LA and Long Beach Harbor. That's the port of Los Angeles. And that used to be the area in which the Naval Shipyard was. And that's where they brought a lot of the individuals from the South to come out here and work on we call it the Naval Shipyard. It was a dry dock. The dry dock is where you bring all the big old ships in a dry dock, and all of a sudden all the water's out there, and they would scrape the side of that slut that got on the side of the ship, and that's what they would do. They would get that off, and then they would send them back out, to sea. But it was just amazing because the fact that most individuals that worked at that project, most of them died later on of asbestos. No one said anything about it until they started. They knew what the situation was going to be. And after, say, 75 or 80% of them died, then they started giving money. But if you died before, there was no recourse where you could get anything or pass it on to your kids. So that was what that was all about. So from there, we're in the projects. Projects was right here, Cabrillo number 3.
All right. And what year was that when you came over?
That was I came in 1945.
1945?
Yes. I I was really almost born and raised here, because I was born in 1940.
What was it like growing up from 1945, being here this whole time?
Oh man, that's a journey that I think I never would have ever imagined. Being a little kid from the South, eating clay dirt. We call it red clay dirt. We would eat that when we was in the South. We came out here, in the projects where everybody kind of knew everyone. Like really a lot of famous individuals come out of these various projects. The Willie Brown who played with the Rams, and he started off with the Dodgers. Then he ended up playing football, with the Rams and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ended up being a coach there, and he coached at SC, and a lot of the other individuals really out of these various projects. Project 1, Project 3 we were Project 3. Project 1 was in Compton, and Project 2 was over in San Pedro. And they still got it over there. Those projects are still there, not the one in Compton, but the one in San Pedro, right there as you're going up in Palos Verdes. But they have a project just as you move up into, over in San Pedro. As you keep going up, you go into Palos Verdes, San Pedro, but it's still a project. But they were still there and we have some of the places here in Long Beach, right there off of Del Amo. A lot of the Navy individuals live there also. But I say that, but like I say, going there and starting, we had a middle school here, elementary school, because a lot of the blacks, they didn't have schools for us when we came here. So they had a school there called Eugene Field that was right up across PCH and Santa Fe. That was the little school that most of the blacks went because they lived in Project Number 3. It was right across the street over here. So that's where we mostly went to school. And from there, we kind of migrated into the system then, because that was a little small school. They usually basically from the people who worked at the Naval Shipyard, and their kids went to this little, middle school or elementary school called Eugene Field. Now, from there, we moved on into Roosevelt, because Roosevelt was more, we was able to move over on what we call, now this is the west side, we was able to move on the east side. They call that, back in the days, it was called the red light district. Most of the blacks lived in that little part of town. From Walnut, Atlantic, 10th Street, Hill. That was the red light district. That's where most of your African Americans lived. And when they wanted you, when they called the red light district, they knew where you were at all times, and they would let us go to the Pike. But most of us knew we would be back home before it got dark, because this is really a very segregated little city. I'm telling you that. Long Beach, not Strong Beach, Long Beach. You know, and like I say, we couldn't. The blacks, when I came to school here, we had a place we called the canteen. That's where after school you could go and play and mingle with your kids. Well, we at Poly, when we went to, well, I can go, let me not segue that far up. Let me go to middle school like Franklin, because I went to Roosevelt, which is still there now. Yeah. And it was so amazing because each one of these schools that I went to, never thinking about being a politician, I end up being student body president of Roosevelt, Franklin, Poly, you know, and never in dreams of becoming, and I still, to this day, I don't claim myself as being a politician, big guy. I got into that because I love people. And that's, if you notice, I never wanted to, when I finished the council seat, I never wanted to go to kind of states and all that. Yeah. That was it. I knew after I got because I had the longest term in a council person as anyone, because I got 13 years, and you supposed to only get 8. Then it got to, you know, I went all the way to 13 years. So, you know, going back to this middle school, at Franklin Middle School, you know, that was quite an ordeal, because that was when it was really, segregation was here, very strong, whether you know it or not. When I talk about the canteens, you know, even from there, when we left and moving on from Franklin Middle School, all of us had to go, you know, Poly. But at middle school, at Franklin, they didn't have Lakewood and St. So they bused the kids from Lakewood to Franklin Middle School. Yes. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, so that was really something. You know,
what year was that?
Well, okay, that had to be 41, 50. That had to be, yeah, in the 50s, yeah. Yeah, in the 50s, yeah, because, you know, the little kids, like in the South, the little white kids looking out the bus at us, and in the South, where the black looking out the kids, it was just quite a transition. Yes. But it was all good, because like I said, it just became kind of like a family. And that middle school was one of the growing points, I think, of my life, because as far as integration, we had a principal named Buck Catlin, and he didn't believe in any of this racial, you know, overturn, because of the fact that he just saw everybody as the same. And I mean, he was a strict mentor, you know, because they could SWAT kids in. And he didn't play, he didn't care. And the thing about it, our parents. They respect that you got during that time, because most of these kids migrated from the South. And if you know about South, you know, respect and mannerism, it came with us. You know, so like I said, if we saw an old lady walking down the street with groceries, you'd better go help that old lady take her groceries in. Because if you didn't, boy, you had problems when they got them and told your mother. Because Dad didn't do too much. Dad just worked. Mother was the disciplinarian. If you got in trouble at school, Mama was there, and I mean, she was there. And she didn't wait till you got home, right? Our mothers would have been in jail. If the laws was like this today, they would have, no, they didn't play, man. And the kids was funny because, man, your mother, never your daddy, man, your mother is at school, and boy, you talking about running and hiding. You would just pray, God, please let it be the police. Don't let it be my mother. So that's what we had to go through, man. Okay. But it was a form of discipline, because, and you know, we had white kids there at Franklin. Mm-hmm. We got along like brothers and sisters. Yeah. Never known. And that's still, you know, and as you went on in the 60s, you know, the riots came about. So nobody's never ever upset at anybody. We just kind of, and most of the turmoil was right in the central area where I told you about, 10th, Hill, Walnut, and Atlantic. That's where they kind of corralled us in, where they had, you know, National Guards, right? They're just in that, basically in that little area right there. They kept us all, you know, entwined right there. You couldn't leave. When it got dark, you know, you'd better be inside. But those things came about, but still, the racial overtone was nothing like it was when I was in the South. And I was young, I saw things that just was unbelievable. But when I came out here, I didn't have none of that in me, man. I was a very fortunate little African-American kid, because I was kind of like what you call the spook who sat by the door. I was always welcome into that white world.
Oh, okay.
Always, I'm telling you, they let me go places that no other black could be able to go in the city of Long Beach. I went to places, you know, they would, when they, the canteen, like over there, we had one called the Recreation Center. They called it the Hutch, you know, for the white kids. That was on the other side of Willow. So we, you know, you couldn't, if you're black, you couldn't go over there. You had to go to the, if you're black, you go to our recreation center, we called it. And if you, the white, they go to their Hutch, they called it. So we all, but at school, we all mingled together. We played together. I mean, you know, just beautiful. But you knew the areas that you could and you could not go into. And that's the kind of situation it was. And so it just, I mean, what you saw and seen on TV, we didn't do that or see that in our schools. We really didn't, but we knew that it was there. We know when we went home to our neighborhood, they went home to theirs. And very few of them, you know, when we had parties, they would never come, we'd never go to theirs, but I could go to theirs. You know, they would always allow me, because I was, you know, the little athlete that they all admired, and parents, ooh,
Yeah,
ooh.
I wanted to ask, like, why do you think you were invited to those?
Oh yes, because after then that's how I became the student body president, because being such an excellent athlete, that was the first black, first everything in middle school, elementary, high school, first, and so it was just those kind of situations, man, that made me that kind of popularity and notoriety that I got as that athlete that I was, because man, sports I always just wanted to run. I didn't want to play no football. I didn't want to play no basketball. But I did it all, man. Because we didn't get a chance to have breaks like now they do football whole season round. We went from, man, we started off with football, basketball, track, everything. If we could swim, anything, we just went through it because we didn't never want to be at home. We'd like to just stay out, man, and do it. And we got so good at it, we were so competitive, but that was amongst ourselves. Man, we had a group of kids, man. Now, that's who we would be running against ourselves. Even in our track meets, we'd be really basically running against ourselves. Nobody could beat us, until we went to the LA schools. We would have to go to Manual Arts, all these schools up there. But I was excelled in every one of those. I was first All-American, everything. I was just me. I was just very, very little. Man, I was 132 pounds in high school. Made All-American offense and defense and football. First time I ever touched a football at Pauley High School, I ran 5 touchdowns. The most I ever carried a ball in high school as a varsity, 13 times. And I had the most yards gained in all the high schools all over. So, because we had such a great team. And if I didn't make the touchdown, Willie Brown was going to make it. If Willie Brown, so it was, so you better make it, It was just that's the kind of, competitive that we had against each other. But it was just awesome, man, really, seriously. Those are the type of things that really, I think, put me to the position where I'm basically today because of that love that I had, not only for my community, but just for people. I just had a love for people, man. I always felt that I could help somebody. Always, man. Never about a whole lot of money, but just somehow, some way. That's why I've always wanted to be a teacher or a minister. That was my goal. I was going to be a teacher or a preacher.
You can preach while you teach.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. It had to be somewhere along in there that had to kind of it segregate itself into that, because it had to entwine itself into that, because that's what I do a lot of with my kids. Man, when I take time, hey, hold it, we got to talk. Yeah. And they listen, because the things that I saw and the things that I've gone through, I have a lot of wisdom that these kids will, hopefully, the light will come on somewhere, somehow, to let them know I ain't just spewing out a whole lot of rhetoric. I'm really telling them what I've been through. I've been there, done that. And I would not, some of the things I went through in my life, I wouldn't want you to have to, go through that. And they think, Mr. Andrews, okay, fine. But we seem to connect real well and getting through a whole lot of that. So I just enjoy what I do, because that's why I'm still doing what I do. being around kids.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good form. You take this from this old guy, a form of longevity. Stay around young people. Young people, they'll tell you just like it is. If they tell you you're ugly, crazy, okay. Old folks will lie. Oh man, you look all right. You feeling like hell. Oh look, man, no. See, it's ill wills or pills with old folks. Man, I got to go to the doctor. Man, I got to take my pills. And when you finish, you're saying, what the hell? I thought I just want to come down and say, how you doing, Johnny? Johnny said, I don't feel good today. And when you leave, you saying, damn, that was a hell of a couple. Yeah, so you really, man, have to get in a peaceful environment, man. Old folks don't like to be in. They always got some kind of ill, man. And you just, man, damn, I just want to say, I ain't doing well. That's what they're really trying to say. Man, why you asking that? I ain't doing well. How you doing? Man, I just wanted to say, I love my brother. It was just so, and I see that right now today, man. That's why I always try to keep a joyful and a peaceful environment, man, because I see without that, because that stress, that's your silent killer. And a lot of them don't. I know OJ, me and OJ we was him like this. I'd go San Francisco every week. I'd drive to his parents' place. Me and Al Collins, every Friday we would eat at this restaurant, a soul food restaurant right there on 15th and Atlantic. That was a soul food right across the street from Pollard. Every Friday they would come down and eat at this. So go to his house up, and every time I go up there, just knew his first wife, which was Marguerite. Really just, I knew his whole family, and we go to racetracks together, go everywhere together. OJ, I don't know, they want to come see me. I was just D. I wasn't nobody big. I'm thinking, here, it's OJ, over there. And they thinking, this D, man, we got to go down and see D. We want to run around with D. Why D? I was just D. Yeah, so that was the type of, I could get along with people so well. And not only, but whites, I stayed around them. When I came from Texas, my mother came on a train. And we came here, the Navy was on this train, from Texas to here. We traveled on a train to come from Texas out here. So, like we make the little old food, everybody cooked chicken, black folks always cook that chicken, and that's the way we traveled. We couldn't afford to pay for nothing on the train. And soon I got on there, I'd go off, and my mother didn't see me until we got into the train depot right here in Los Angeles, because I was back there talking to all the Navy guys. A little 5-year-old kid, where's my kids? She don't worry about him. He's back there talking to him. And I always could always talk to any and everybody you run into. I never had that fear or that some people really get bitter and angry about the situation that you see or you live in, and you become a part of it. But that didn't bother that much. It's, oh man, you just copping out. But I try to keep myself at a peaceful place. Because I saw things that I could be a bitter black man. But why? It'll eat you up. It really will, big guy. And that too will soon pass if God allows you to live that long. It'll pass, big guy. And sometimes you just want to grab out. No, you must stay peaceful, man. Because life is beautiful. I tell you that. It's beautiful. Every day you wake up, you live like that is your last day on this earth. And I want you to live every second, if I can say minute, second. It's good, all good. Yeah, people think when he built this earth, God said at the end, he said, man, it was all good. No, he didn't say it was all good. He said it was very good. And that's, I live it like that, man. I do. I'm human. I get angry and upset and all of that, but I try to flip that script. I do. I really like to laugh. You'll always see me smiling. You say, damn, why you smile, John? I just smile, man. Why not? Because, I see people that don't smile, they get wrinkles up here real early. I'm telling you, man, brothers don't smile. But all them people, all frowning, all them no red. Why, man? I'm 83 years old, big guy, and I feel good. I feel good, I really do. So when you laugh, that's why when I met you, I wasn't going to do this, but your personality made me do this. I'm just letting you know, because you were so joyful, and when you call, oh, Dan, I don't know this person. I don't know if I met him. He said, oh, great, man, great. And that's it. And I thought, I said, no, I got to do it for this young man, because I just think it would be such a beneficial benefit, not it would be such a benefit to me to meet a person like you and sit down and share some of my little ills and wills, and some of my little, things that I've been through in my life, which has been, the ups and downs, but that's okay. Because like I say, that those are all learning and growing points. Because I've been here a long time, big guy. So I do have a lot, but I can't try to ball it up and put it all in just one thing, because it's so much to that, But I don't try to deal with all the bad. I try to put, I leave a lot of that alone, because those were experiences and those, and like, oh man, what about what about it? But I got through it, whatever it was. I really did, man. So and it always been this up. Because my mother always gave me this, son, when you're climbing to the top, please get you some ladders. Because coming down without ladders, you come fast. But stepping down, you might see that guy that you helped along the way, and he might say, hey, man, give me your hand, and might take you back up with him. So always be careful, man, when you get to the top and you all that. No, be careful, man. Do it with some grace. Kindness,
That was a great run of thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of insight. It's sorry, like I get really nervous when we do these. I just get so excited about like our history and stuff, and I always come from like this lens of supreme curiosity and like lack of. I would prefer that you answer these without me knowing anything, in case any of our viewers or listeners don't have no context for our history, but it's still so very, very important.
Well, I noticed that you're not seem like what I'm getting from this and from you is I'm just not doing this. Man, maybe it's a grade or whatever. I'm not doing. I'm doing it because you look like you enjoy what you're doing. And that's what makes me enjoy talking with you. Because it ain't like, oh, it's a big old class subject you got to get done, and I can just tell them a whole lot of bullshit. But no, it's not that. I'm telling you what I've lived through, what I've lived about, and what I know about, and I'm not going to be able to get it all in, But the part that I get in, I hope it gives you some type of insight, a little wisdom, because you're Cambodian?
Yes, I'm Cambodian.
See, so, yeah, right. So today I was there at the, so know that I am the first African American to teach the Cambodians at Wilson High School. I had them. The first group came in '74 from Phnom Penh.
Yeah, impressive.
Yeah, I had it. And boy, they remind me of you. My students, those little kids learn how to speak English better than I did. I said, what the hell's going on here? Because no other school took them. I had them at Wilson High School.
No other school took them?
No other school took the Cambodian kids. They only went to Wilson High School. They went to Wilson High School. They didn't go to Poly. They didn't go to Jordan. They sent them to Wilson.
Why was that?
I don't know. It was just a handful of them.
Okay.
And they sent them to Wilson. One reason, this is my opinion, my thoughts. That was a group that came over with something. After the war, the ones with all the silver and the gold, all that shit. They sent them, of course, to they ain't gonna send them no Jordan. No, man, you know the sister. And so they sent them there and let them get that insight. And that's my opinion, because I just thought about that. And those wasn't the refugees came in afterwards.
Yes.
Those are the ones that came over with something, and they bought up all of the African American property and stores that we had on California and Anaheim. All of it was owned by African Americans. California Street, now it's MLK, and Anaheim, starting from Atlantic all the way down to, like I said, Walnut. We had all of that. All of it, all black. The entertainment, just like Harlem and stuff like that. That was ours. And then the Cambodians came in with a piece of gold. They bought it all with gold. And everybody sold out. But you can't find one own African American. Oh yeah, only one guy, Mr. Johnson. He's on right there on MLK and between 11th and Anaheim. He owns that little spot right in there, because he wouldn't sell it. He haven't sold it, won't sell it. And his sons done picked it up now. But that was all the rest of it was black owned. Our clubs, our everything was owned by blacks. With our stores, we had everything, and they sold it all. I'm telling you, that's why I'd say, well, Long Beach is one of the largest, outside of Phnom Penh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, so they came, they did well. Like I said, I got with them, and my students, man, were like you, sharp. Oh, goddamn, they were sharp. Man, and they would, one thing I noticed about them, if you had a brother or sister in that class, or even a friend, you get a bad grade, they'd come at you tough. Man, they look at, I'm telling you, man, they got, wow, you come here, no, they didn't play that amongst their own people. They were very hard on them, man. And I said, look at God, I said, damn, and I didn't make it my secretary, I made it my helper, and I'm telling you, and good, sharp kids. I just admired them. Man, the hard work that they would do, and the whites wouldn't eat with them over at Wilson. They wouldn't go in the cafeteria and eat with them.
Okay.
No, I went in, and the whites would sit outside with the umbrellas, and the birds would poop on them.
The birds would poop.
Yeah, that's what they did. Of course, yeah, because over there the seagulls would just come. You had to have an umbrella over there. Over Wilson, they still do that. Man, them damn seagulls will eat you up. So we went inside and ate, and they because they didn't want to be around us. They really had their own little thing. They said, nah, I can't be around. Because that's very, very prejudiced. I was the only black. Only black man, it's Mr. Williams. He's the head of the credit union now. They had to integrate. See, the schools weren't integrated. Yeah. That was first.
1978?
Yes.
Yes.
They took me from Poly and shot me over there. And the kids.
Moved you.
Oh, yeah. The kids just went crazy. They wanted to picket and everything, but we still had to go because they took a black that they knew could deal with their little system. Okay. And that's just what happened. And I went over there and, oh, man, did they love me? Oh, man. And then, because I used to teach at the little middle schools, one in Rogers is Soto now. Mm-hmm. It's out there by State College. It's Soto.
Soto?
Yeah, but it used to be Rogers. All white. Now I was the only little black. I just come back from Dallas Cowboy. So I went out there because I used to teach the middle school, not the high schools. And after that, that's when I left over there. And now when I did leave, go to Poly and then going back, end up going to Wilson, then people from the middle school, Roger, send their kid over, and they wanted me to teach the kids because I had them in middle school. And they said, dang. I said, yeah, they would send them over for me to teach their little kids. Because, man, I never ever had problems with, I don't care what school I go to, and I know they were, but I just pick it up, and I'm on my way. All of a sudden, I am the teacher that the kids really, really, cling to, because they know I was serious. I was so serious about discipline, man. Because I'm calling you, I'm going to call you sir, I'm going to call the lady ma'am, because that's a Southern, that's my Southern upbringing. And she had to call me sir, and even the little kids, how you say doing, young man? How you doing there, sir? I would do that. Not, I just do that. They think you kowtowing, but that's the way I was brought up. That's that Southern hospitality. Yeah. How you doing, sir? Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. And they always, oh, man, you old kowtow to that old white man. But that's the way our mother and fathers brought us up. And we respected our teachers, respected our elders. Man, that's just, and I lived in the church. You're going to church. I don't care what you're doing. You're going to church on Sunday, and that's all day, buddy. You might well try to get your little running and playing out because you're going to church, and you're going, damn, on Saturday you're going to clean up or you go out anywhere. That was just, we was brought up that way, man. And I don't know, these kids, because our parents was working parents, man, because they had to work for the white folks, ironing and cleaning and stuff like that. No big jobs. My daddy worked at we had Lawrence Scudder's potato chip factory right over here on the west side. So he worked there, janitor, and he wouldn't let him do that, But it was, we did it, and it was okay. Because nobody was mad at nobody, it was just a job, man. And that's one thing about it. I really got good work ethics. I don't mind working, man. I don't have to do this here, man. I taught for 30-something years, so I just come over and the superintendent of school at Wilson High School, hell, he was my student. So Chris Steinhauser, he was my student. He said, oh, man, do you? And I said, no. He said, when they started laying off all the teachers, said you can either go to Jordan, let me know, call me on a Sunday, Jordan or Cabrillo. I'd like for you to go to, mix it up. You go half there, and Sunday before we could hang up, I said, I ain't going to no but one school. And I said, I'm coming to Cabrillo, and I've been there ever since.
Okay.
Ever since I've been there, so. And, they said, man, you're going to be on all them Latinos, man. I don't know. I like to be somewhere around them, sometimes around my blacks, because they irritate me sometimes, because they act so crazy, man. And I have to talk crazy to them. I'm just a crazy old black teacher, man. That's me. They know that. Man, that Mr. Andrews, he is crazy. You're right. I'll come at you crazy, because I strictly believe in discipline. You sit your little ass down. Who you think you talk? Yeah, and they say, ooh. No, man, the girls too. You think, running around here half dressed, and you going to sit up and think you something? You going to a nightclub? You put on some clothes. He said, God, Mr. Andrews. Yeah, no. He said, oh, Mr. Andrews, you crazy. I said, I sure am. But I believe in respect and discipline. You carry yourself accordingly, because you always got somebody sitting over in that park when you walk around like that, and you all mad, coming from head all down, and there's that guy, hey, honey, take this, and there you go. Honey, no, come on, don't. You guys, you played a little game about what your parents don't do. My parents made me mad. My parents told me I couldn't lock me up in my room. I had to go to my room. Girl, I ain't have but one damn room with 13 people in the family. You talking about a room. That was my mom and daddy's room. We all had to sleep on the damn and I'm sure the Cambodians do the same thing, but these little white kids, my parents told me to go to my room. Your room? You have a room? Golly, I love to have a room. He said, hey, time out. You go to time out. My deal, you go in the bathroom and you sit in there until I tell you to come out. That's what mine. Oh. So no, it was, brother, it was. But it was okay. It was all good. I'm just letting you know. It was, so there's just so much, man. But
how is? Let me look over these real quick. Gone over this. Did you went to Poly? Did you talk about your time in Poly?
Huh?
Did you talk about your time? You went to Cal State Long Beach as well, right?
Oh yeah. Right. So first I left out of Poly High School. Left Poly, went from there to UCLA. So I went to UCLA out of Poly High School. A guy named Rayford Johnson, he's dead now. He was three-time Olympic decathlon winner. We met up, really beautiful. I met a lot of people. Karina, all of them. So he recruited me to go to UCLA. I took all these trips, man. They traveled me all over, man. They thinking I'm a big old running back. I told you I was 132 pounds, and I went to Michigan on a field trip up there in Lansing, and I'll never forget him. The coach there, and he says, "Where's the guy? You got for Long Beach?" Yeah. He said, "Damn, you get any bigger, I'm gonna put you on the line." He just kind of laughed. I said, "Okay, fine." And they won. What you would call that year? They won state champion, NC2A championship. But after that, after I left, because UCLA first year you couldn't play football. You either had to play flag ball or ROTC. And I'm coming out of high school, all American and there. I said, "What is this?" So I stayed up there half a semester. I came back, went to Long Beach City College, and then we just ran through that, man. Junior college, all Rose Bowl, everything. We didn't lose not egg. We took it to the max, first time ever. You couldn't get a seat at the Vets. Couldn't get a seat. When we played, couldn't get a seat. They had to put bleachers all the way around the whole field when we played. Going way over on Carson side, they had to come on that. They had bleachers everywhere. You couldn't get a seat nowhere when we played. That was us, man. It was, man. We laid it out. It was, and it just, you go through there, and that's me coming out of the South, because we played our junior Rose Bowl against Tyler, Texas. That's where going back when a little kid, and we played them at the Rose Bowl. It's Tyler, Texas. Man, they was white as this damn. When they came down there, man, And boy, every time they tackle me, which they didn't do that too much, they call me nigger.
No.
Every time, nigger, nigger, nigger. And all of a sudden, it kicked one just about a minute before halftime. They kicked off because, they had scored and they had to kick off to us. They kicked off and I ran one back some yards. And then it was halftime. And then we walking through the tunnel. My boy said, "You a good nigga though." I said, God. So,
Good God.
man, but you had to be a nigga. You had to be a nigga. But you a good nigga though. I said, because I ran the kick off. You a good nigga. I said, okay. I said, that's all right. I'll go with that. But that's the things during that time. That was in the 60s.
Yeah, that was, wow.
Yeah, they said, oh, but you a good nigga though. Boy, I said, okay. Yeah, man. But it was, and that's why I didn't let all that. A lot of the guys, they became, a lot of my friends became Muslims. They really got really deep off into it. But and I just couldn't be swayed neither. And after that, coming from junior college, I went to Cal State, there, and made all league and everything. And so I got drafted, and they had me down to 185 pounds. So I go up here to Thousand Oaks, and here's the owner, Hank Schramm, come in and says, because I broke all the records, where's this guy from Long Beach, So, and I stood up and says, 185 pounds? I was 152 then. He said, my son is 9 years old, he's bigger than you. So they put me on the fat man's table. They gave me prime rib for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I went from 152 to 154. My metabolism was it just knocked out everything. But I could run it, I run it by. I run a 4:17 in the 40, fastest time ever. Bob Hayes and I came up the same fastest man in the world. He went to the Olympics and I stayed there with Dallas. And that's how, But that lasted for a little while because I got hurt there, broke my wrist here as far as I can bend it. And so came back, finished, got my credentials, and I started teaching. Did that for 35 years, because still, the integration thing was there. They just kind of sent us first 10 black teachers in the Long Beach School District. It was just, man, I tell you, but it was just something I really, really loved teaching. I said teacher or preaching. It looked like you said, they just entwined, I guess, together.
Yeah.
They didn't.
You teach when you preach.
Yeah, it has to be. It looked like you could tell it. It just came out that way. Yeah.
What motivated you to go into politics from that journey?
That was really amazing. Man, when I teaching, I used to do in the summer. Every day I'd get up and go to the courts. I'd go to the courthouse. I just got a fascination about that, and I just sit in the courtroom, and then this guy, he's a prosecutor, Dee Andrews? Yeah. Oh man, he's an SC guy. I know so much about you, blah, 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 blah. And I said, yeah. He says, man, come on, help me. And I wasn't no prosecutor. He let me help a lot of the black guys who get in trouble, and they got little tickets and stuff, and I'd go in there and write until the big guy come up and he's mad at him for that. But all the judges got a chance to know me. All the judges. I could come in the courtroom, walk right into the judges, because say, oh, Mr. Andrews, all that, okay. And then one day the same guy that got me in there says, man, why don't you run for council? I said, oh, what's that? That's the way I looked at it because I stood by the president. Man, you could easily, and Laura Richardson, she was the one I ran against. Laura Richardson. She just won her state seat back, Senate back. She was married to the chief of police. Okay, fine. We went through that, man, I'm telling you. They know I beat her. Talking about she won by three votes. But, we had to go to court. And it was okay, the timing wasn't, because it just, evidently timing wasn't right. Because he said, you voted on a street that they don't vote on. Well, that's the street I registered from, it's Rose. I never forget that, across the street from the, busted Rose. I lived on that street, so they had 27 people in that street that they said didn't vote because that wasn't your district, and they found out it was our district. So they went down and went through them, since they said I lost by 3 votes, went down that street. Out of the 26 people, 22 of them voted for me. And they said, no, something wrong with that. Miss Doris Topsy, she started, had a mother in the grave, she had her vote. They did some crazy stuff against me. And it kind of, and I wasn't that mad because I wasn't really excited about being there. But I didn't work, and then Laura Richardson, she went and said, okay, fine. She stays there another year, her term. And her term wasn't up, and she was gonna go another deal, and she ended up, she said, I think I'll run for state. So she ran for that left that seat open. So I ran against Al Austin. Al didn't live in the 6th district, he lived up there, and he was up there in the 7th, that pretty exclusive area up there. He lived up there, but he moved into an apartment down in the 6th district. Oh, everybody knew about it, so he didn't beat me. That's when I became councilman, and I was there for 13 years. But in that, man, out of that whole time, nothing really excited me but trying to help people. You call me, I'm coming. I mean, I left my phone open to everybody. People was calling me 1 and 2 o'clock, getting in trouble, telling the police they was, like that guy said, Uncle. He ain't no kin to me. He said, Uncle. And people be called when police stop them, and they said, this lady in the car said, you're her uncle. I said, what'd she do? Oh, she just broke into a place. I said, I don't know this person. I said, I don't know this lady. I said, golly. It was really, it was so funny. Yeah, she says, you're her uncle. I said, who is? I never heard of this. Yeah, she said, I said, oh, no, forget about that. So, but that I didn't. Only time I kind of really like the political part of it is right now, after I'm out of it, because I've learned so much. When you're in it, man, you kind of go along to get along.
Yeah, okay.
You just kind of keep somebody, you can't make everybody happy, but you kind of go along with the masses, and because, the election is coming up again. And it was like, I didn't have to worry about my black people because I knew they was going to vote for me anyway. Mm-hmm. But, you're trying to get that Latino vote and the Cambodian vote. And then I got with the Cambodian people, and I just knocked it out of the box. Then next time I run, will nobody run against me? Because my Cambodian people, man, I had them locked in. It really was, it was quite a, and then the last term, that was the mayor's idea to go a third. You're not supposed to, he voted in, he did an ordinance to be able to go 3 terms. You're only supposed to go 2. But he know that 3rd term, the Lowenthal would be out of his seat, and he could move right into it. Oh, okay. But he would have had to be out of it like me. Our term was up. So I tried to do a 3rd, and he lower, and then this is when the Cambodian, Suli Sorrow, come in. And boy, they did election I ain't never seen in my life. Man, they sitting at the damn poll, you come in here, it was just, but I looked at that, I said, it was really, because my Cambodian people really, I had a strong loving for my Cambodian people. They really took to me because I took to them. And it was just amazing. And a lot of them, they said, if you don't vote for, Suli over in their country, they was throwing big threats out to a whole lot of them. That's what they was telling me, Mr. Andrews. We couldn't put your sign up in our window because they said our relatives over in Cambodia, because she had the head people over, the head man. They was, it was really, it was cold, man. It really was, and just, so I just, and they was gonna, and as we was going through it, it was just like, and I didn't get upset at anything. And after she won, I totally congratulated, and I said, and a lot of people, oh, Mr. Andrews, I said, no, that's a lady. I said, my mother's a lady, my wife's a lady, my daughter's a lady. So I'm gonna always respect her no matter what. You guys can, oh man, you shouldn't respect that. No, that's a lady. And all I got around me is ladies. So you guys say what you want to say, and I do to this day. We get along very well. Very well. Because she talks to me. She knows she can't do that 6th district. Because I heard she works in San Diego and her husband take care of the kids. So she don't have much time to really be out. I was always out in the public. You'd see me everywhere because that's where I live. The hub. So I knew everybody. So But she don't have time to do it, but they don't see that. Where is she when she calls us? Blah, 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 blah. You know, people, they just want everything. They don't want to get out and do nothing, but they want everything. And that's the way I talk to her. I'd go to her, I don't feel like talking to you today. Oh, man, yeah. But those are the kind of things I went through. And a lot of that's one reason when I got into it. And I said, like, I enjoyed it more away from it than when I was in it. Because now I really see, you know, what, if I was in it, I really would know what to do now. I didn't know what to do. I just kind of followed. Like I said, I was just trying to get in to fit in, you know, trying to please a certain group that would really give you money at the end for your next election. Don't make them mad. Don't make the unions mad. A lot of them unions was full of, you know, but you don't make them mad because they can turn on you just like that. And they did on me, you know, so because I went against an ordinance that they didn't like because I just said, hey, no, I got to be me. I got tired of just, man, going along with their little program just to say about an election. Then it's not me. I'm just your puppet. So I like being D, so I can't sleep at night. Many times, man, it's trying to go, they got an ordinance up, and I know this, if I say the right thing, they're going to just eat me alive. So I got to sleep on this, man, and here, in the mayor, come on, we're all going to go along. But that was it, so, yeah.
I did want to ask how, like, you started your campaign, like campaigning and stuff like that. Like, how was the process of campaigning for the 6th District, like in 2007?
I think there's a big old guy named John Edmonds, my chief of staff. He and I got together, we met, and he said, and he was a banker. You know, and he said, man, D, you could really win this. And he was good, excellent campaign manager. And he knew a little of everybody because he was a banker. And he hooked up with so many of the union people. He knew them. He knew the chief before Luna and McDonald. I would go to their place up there. I mean, he had people voting for me the hell out, and I'd go up there. And, oh man, it was just, and people that would, and you get a chance to meet everybody when you become. This is Mr. Meade. I'm gonna call you right back, big guy. I'm at a meeting, okay? All right. Okay, sounds good. Okay, buddy, bye. Yeah, that when you get into become councilman and then become vice mayor, you get a chance to meet so many outside people, supervisors, chiefs, owners of this, owners of that, department social, everybody, because they wanna grab your little coattail because there might be an ordinance. There may be an ordinance coming down, you know, in the city of Long Beach. Because Long Beach was, you know, everybody wants to build in Long Beach. So you had to kind of be abreast and ready for that because they was going to come at you. And if you don't, do you vote for them? If you want them to support you financially, you know, so a whole lot of things, you know, you go for it. And a lot of things that I supported, I supported because I wanted to support. And I think some of the things I didn't, you know, I would have liked to have had them in, but I should have voted for it, but I didn't. You know, so it's just a lot of times, man, everybody, when you look on the dice and everybody voting yes, now wait a minute, nobody disagree with these things? And you see a lot of that, an awful lot of that, a whole lot of yes votes, or anyone say no, everybody's no, it's no in between. You know, I wish you kind of go back and look at those records and see, it's just everybody thinks the same. No, because we always have a meeting before we have the council meeting, and we go over the whole meeting. We go over the whole meeting, you know. So this is the way we're going to do it. This is the way if you have something to say about it, okay. You say that, but we'll back you. But, you know, everybody finds out you have to get 3 people to support your item that you put up on the deal. And once you get those 3, you get the 3 strongest, and the others just fall in line. That's the way it goes. That's why you'll see a whole lot of yes votes. And if no, very seldom you see where everybody votes no on something. Because you've talked about it, they sit down and just vented that thing totally out to the end. And if it's just a no vote, then the mayor will usually kind of take over and come in and say, just like the thing, you know, with the Palestinians, you know, like say, really, you know, that's where the mayor did most of the talking. And finally, after they vented and went through their whole things, everybody There were some would have their say about it, some liked it, some didn't, and they was able to do that like that. Now you look out there, how many of your constituents out there are Palestinians? How many of your constituents out there are Jewish? So you have to weigh all these things if you're trying to stay on the top of that ladder, because it can come back to bite you. And that's what makes it so sad when you just want to, what about just the people? Not about no, and I look at these things, this ain't about the young kids or the babies that's being killed and slaughtered. One life shouldn't have to wipe out a whole, almost a generation of people. It was just sad to me. I'm kind of glad I wasn't on that to be able to vote on that issue, because I saw good and bad in both sides. So it is what it is, but those are things you kind of really sleep and weigh on very heavily, man. Are you really saying the right thing to try to help the people that should be helped? And that's what would really get to you, those kind of things. We had a lot of issues like that. So that's why you don't get a lot of sleep. Sometimes I had a meeting one time to 3:30 in the morning, 5 that afternoon to 3:30 the next day. That's how long that meeting lasts.
Wow. What was the meeting about?
It was homeless.
Oh, okay.
Homeless and, rent control. That rent control. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Woo. Ours is rent control. Whoa, yeah. Because I didn't get on the big part of the homeless part, but mine was rent control. Everybody was, and then COVID jumped in, and that just, that helped us a lot, because it was just automatic. But boy, putting people out because, it was just so much, and then they fill their chambers up and call you all kind of bad.
It's not an easy job.
No, it's not. But see, if you got a tough skin and that's what you get prepared, as long as you, man, what makes it easy if you're doing what you know is right and you ain't being bought. A lot of people can get bought, man. You just watch it and you just kind of keep up with it, especially when you get in that higher level. You're a Republican, you're a Democrat. Man, you ain't got to think like all the Democrats because you're a Republican. It's just, you have to think, I'm a Republican, I got to think like all the Republicans. Why? No, and you have to go along with that. If you one of the party members, or they get rid of you. You got your life and your job on the line. That kind of bull, come on, man. And that's the part that really, the higher you get, boy, the more you be careful about selling your soul, because they'll come at you like that.
Yeah, it sounds like you lose a little bit of something, like the more involved you've done.
Yeah, I'm telling you, your morals and things just kind of, the higher you go, the less you deal with your own.
Like you get tested.
Yeah, and constantly, and you got to have a group that you can talk to and know to make you feel. Because remember, you got kids, you got a family, you got people, and I'm staying in public. A lot of them guys you don't never see. You don't never see them on TV, but they would see me. I lived in the community. That's why I love people. You could see me and call me anytime. I'll be there. But just run over to nobody's house. But I know all these people, man. Yeah. So.
Do you have any mentors or allies or friends that you want to talk about that motivated your career?
A lot when you talk about, my mentor basically, I would really, that would have to be, my brother. He was a big part of me doing the things that I did, because he was always so supportive of everything I did, and he was there. Because when I didn't want to run or play football, because that's what he did. And even though my dad was an alcoholic, he was very supportive. And my mother was just a jewel. With a large family, very little, to eat, but she always kept a roof over our head, food in our bodies, and clothes. We had a little two-piece outfit. That was it. But that was to go to church. And the other, when it wasn't, you did a whole lot of sewing. Like these kids like to wear rag. We wouldn't, no way. We'd have to sew up everything. I know holes in your socks and holes in your pants. No way. That's why you see me today. Everybody say, "God, man, Miss Ann, you sure come clean." That's me. I've always dressed, always Always dress to impress, man. Just try to do that. Yeah. Don't walk around looking like a slouch if you don't have to. Just, come on, man. Because you don't never know who you're going to run into. And some of people run away from you and say, damn, no, you may not have a penny in your pocket, but you might look like $1, So, yeah, but those really seriously, my brother and my mom, father and mother, they didn't, their thing was education. They just get your son, if you don't get nothing else. So these things will break, but this will hold. Told me, she said, you out there when I'm gonna be an athlete, and all of a sudden that breaks, where do you go from there? This thing will hold. Get you an education, son. Coming from the South, that was key. Okay. And give a damn if you didn't never play one, get you an education. Because, we didn't get a lot of that. Back there, they didn't get a chance to go maybe to the 5th grade. And that was tough because they had to work, go out to the fields, man. So that's why they sent us out here to try to, get our education. And don't say that a lot of people from the South got damn good educations. Because that's, like I say, it's now. But back then, it was just work, working for the man, so.
But in Long Beach, there were more opportunities for education.
Oh, heavens, yes. But a lot of it came with your athletic prowess.
Oh, okay.
We didn't have a lot of doctors and lawyers and shit like that. It came along with, because they needed you.
They needed you.
Yes, they did. That's right. Yeah, we didn't look at it like that. We did it because we loved it. We enjoyed it. Never looked at the money aspect of it. Yeah. Man, the coach used to give me, $5 for every touchdown I make. I'd be going crazy making touchdowns. I'd run over people, man. Yeah. You know what $5 meant back then? You gonna give me $5 if I make a touchdown? Oh, man, give me the ball. Give me the ball.
What would you buy with that $5? Anything.
And then go down to the pike, because we could go to the show, man, for $1. Yeah, ride the blue line. They call it the red line when we was coming up. We get on that for 10 cents. Come on, man. It was good times. I'm telling you, it really was. People don't really realize it was good times. This stuff, man. This is hard times here. Yeah. Those are good times. You could go off in somebody's backyard, man. They'd have plums, peaches, every kind of fruit. And I'm talking about good fruit. Ain't none of this junk you got now. None of this pesticide bullshit. They had good fruit, man, and you could get it when nobody's shooting and killing you for getting it. Yeah. When I met my Cambodian people, they walked around with my they did me when I did my campaign. I never know so much shit you could eat off these trees that I'm saying, wow, everything that they plant you could eat, everything. And I said, God dang. And I just said, this is all right. But see, when we was coming up, it was the whites that had all the, So we got, now that's the end of so that, yeah. So we might have about 10 more minutes before they start coming.
Understood.
Yeah, but that's what, that was so much of that. It was amazing, man, I'm telling you. Yeah, because we lived off the land, man, come on. Now, I know the Cambodians, because see, they stopped us from growing before the Cambodians got here. They at night, they started spraying that pesticide. Because people, the Compton and because we would grow our food. Yeah. And they said, now they have to, no. So they would stop all of that. And after the Cambodians got here, they started doing oh yeah, man, they had these bugs or something. We had to get rid of them, so they used that old deal. And in the black neighborhoods, they did stuff, man. It was just outright genocide. And they did act like we so happy and excited. Man, you get an apple, that thing, and no. You knew what you had, man, plums and all, great. Everything, we grew it all. And they said, they started late at night, they spray all this, because, greens, everything. We ate just like the Cambodians did, out of the garden. Our chicken, we'd wring their neck and have our chicken, but you try to have your farm now, white folks do what they want to do. They can just build, but they stopped a lot of that because we lived in a project. So we lived off the land. But after you start moving us into the inner city where we could move kind of around a little bit, and you look up and we did for my gardens and these, man, our trees, these plum, peaches, apples, oh man, it was just ungodly real. I mean, there was the best of the best, and everybody would share with you. Go in that backyard, yeah, we just,
It sounds like you had a great community garden or
Yeah, community garden. We didn't even know what it was.
Yeah.
We didn't know what it was a community. We didn't know that. See, now they do. They have, see, now they got community gardens. And we did that shit way back then.
The health department?
Yeah, and then they would spread pesticide all because they said we had all these bugs and flies coming all over. So they thought that, see, they knew what they were doing because that stopped us. We didn't have to go to the store and get all this shit. And man, they knew how to, it was amazing how they could get you, boy, and you say, oh, okay. No, man, it is. It really was. It was. And they could do it. One have you. Oh, I guess we got to go to the store and buy the same stuff they sprayed it. That's what they put right back in the stores. It was amazing. No, it's just I don't know, man. But through all of that, a lot of us made it through, man, and a whole lot of us didn't because of the health problems they would go through, and most of them just went from that. Most of the guys that we know, man, most of them died not of drugs, of alcohol and cigarettes. They poured that into our neighborhoods, man, tons, and that old cheap alcohol that they were just, nothing that you could take your time and drink and maybe live for 100 years, but the stuff they gave to you, they knew what they was going to do to you. Okay. Yeah, they man, like Mad Dog 2020, Old English, that shit like, man, come on, man, malt liquor, that stuff it was gut killing. Yeah. And they knew it, until after you said, well, you got this. Wonder how did I get this? Yeah. So.
You said we have about 10 minutes left?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, well, let's see. Last question then. Is there anything that you would have done differently with your time in office or anything like that, your time in politics?
Oh, if I would have done it again, I would have been myself.
Oh, copy. Okay.
I would have been Dee, because I like Dee. Dee was a good person. Politics, I was there. I was really like carrying their ball. Do what they tell you, kind of like to do in order to keep the people to be happy. Come on, Dee, you got to vote for this because, man, they're going to be upset. And if you don't, that vote is, and then you sell your soul for it. And when I didn't sell my soul, they came at me like when they wanted to try to put a $500 bill on you until you got to be 30, it was going to be 35 years. That's when they talked about homeless. So they were going to charge you as a taxpayer $500 for the next 30-some years until we can eradicate or not just get rid of homeless. And they wanted to do that on the homeowners. And I said, and poor these people, the ones that was home. Oh, Mr. Andrews. And I said, no, I ain't gonna vote for that, for them for no homeowner to pay no $500. That means you, your son, and everybody for the next 35 years. I said, homeowners didn't create homelessness. The system created homelessness because we got money. We got electricity. All you got to do is turn it on. They make money. It's paper. Yeah. Damn, it ain't gold. As long as the electricity is running, they got money. Now, where they going to get it back from is you and I, taxpayers. So it ain't, I remember when our national debt was $1 billion. $1 billion. No, $1 billion, $1 billion. Man, $1 billion has $1 billion. Now they got more millionaires than they got poor people. Come on, so what the hell? Does that mean, come on, tell me, man. It ain't nothing but money. That's money. This man, money ain't shit. Now he makes it. Yeah, you just come up, man. Hell yeah, lottery, $1 billion some dollars. You got to pay Uncle Sam 3/4 of your $1 billion if you win it. What kind of shit is that? You shouldn't even have to pay taxes, the federal tax. They know that, but that's the way they get you, man. Because it used to be, they used to have a middle class. Ain't no more middle class, little man. It's the rich and the poor. You don't run around middle class. Middle what? You middle-y poor. Come on, stop it. But they get you believing on that here. I moved out here and Riverside got me a big old Riverside, that's a desert. What you talking about? Yeah, pears and all that. They talking about, why can't we move up here? Why can't I move up in Naples? And yeah, then you talking about you moving on up. But you moved to Riverside and got you a 5-bedroom house. Yeah, man, boy, they didn't put you in the desert. They don't. But man, some of them just, I got me a house. No, man, now they trying to move back in. You notice how, okay, you're trying to move back into Compton. Compton used to be one of the real richest little cities because they had maid quarters in Compton. And they had the white flight. All the whites they just moved out. One day, look up, where they go? Gone. They left Compton. I'm telling you. It used to be all white. They just left, going out to these, they built all them stuff. Yeah. That's where they went. And now they're trying to get back in. Brother, everybody wants to live in Long Beach. Close to the water.
Yeah.
See, blacks ain't that excited about living next to no damn water. White folks like water. They really do, man. So they don't care if their house float over and come back. They're going to put it right back there again on the side of a cliff. Who said you should ever, even the biblical one, build your house on a solid foundation. Don't build it on the side of a cliff. It's going to fall. You know that, but they oh, my house is gone. They go put it right back up there just to get rid of people. I like to look down on people. To be careful doing that, man. They get a kick about it. Yeah, see them people down there? Okay. Next thing you know, hell, I'm down here with you. What happened? What goes up got to come down. So it's man, that's what really I would really just like to be D, because I like D, because I know what kind of person I am.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps me where I am today. I think I'm on level ground, man. I just like to laugh, have fun, enjoy, and work, whatever you call it. I don't work hard. I work smart now. I ain't going to get out and do no hard labor. I've done that before. So now I just kind of easy peasy, and trying to throw out a little wisdom here and there. If I can give you that, man, you can get something from it. I think my job was well done. See anybody just giving people just a whole lot of money, because a fool with money is going to soon apart. Yeah. What do they do with it? But if you can give them some good wisdom and they can take that, you won't be chasing money. Money will be chasing you. Yeah. So it's just, I don't know, man. And I do, man, life is beautiful, little man. Life is beautiful. Ain't nothing else, better than that. Life. Don't give a damn. You got $1 trillion, man, and you laying flat on your damn bag. Ain't gonna take it from me, the women, the uncles, or somebody. You don't see no brink truck following on hearse. They don't do that. Enjoy it while you're here, little guy. But the biggest part is your health. Man, that is key number one. Brother, you're the richest person in the world when you got your health. I'm telling you that. If you can't get up and go do that, you flat on you can't do shit. Man, nobody's gonna come every day. Nobody would like to take care of you. They act like, oh, that's my dad. They don't want to take care of you, and I don't want my kids to have to take care of me. When I go, let me go. But while I'm here, man, let me be able to take care of D. Yeah. And that way I can help somebody else. Yeah. So that's all I can tell her, because you see things as you get a little older. Right now, money, but please. That is the root of all evil. Because, you can think you can do so much, but it just gets you into so much that you really ain't ready for. You could put it, and you can. We have to have money in order to survive in this country. That is a survival key. But they'll play like homeless. Homeless is lucrative, man. Shit. Homeless people, man, look what they don't pay nothing. And homeless people don't pay shit. Why should I, man? You see the tents they in? You know why they're getting up in them bad boys? They don't get no little cardboard. They pass them out everything. And like I tell you, man, I got a place for you. Mr. Andrews, I ain't going to no motel. They got to tell me when to come in, when to go, what to do. I'll wait and get my Social Security check and get in my little tent, and I'm fine. And some are so drugged out and they don't know what to do. But as long as you're homeless, man, a lot of them people, they know they're survivors, man. They're survivors. And you sitting there, you living from paycheck to paycheck, and one paycheck you miss, you right where they are. So that's what I'm saying. Man, that's why I say you got to live to your means. Don't try to live like I don't want to be like Mike. I want to be like D. I don't want to be like Mike. Shit, Mike have his own problems too, man. And OJ just died the other day. He had plenty of money. But see, man, that's why life is beautiful, man. So I tell you, live it like it's your last day on this earth. Every day you wake up, get up and stir, man, if you can. Just don't lay there. For what? Man, if you lay there, you're going to die.
Don't take the beats.
That's right.
Take the life.
That's right, man. And man, I'm going to lay down. Man, I'm so tired. Tired of what? I can't even spell tired. I don't want to play that, man. I ain't tired. I'm not. I don't know when I get tired because he'll tell you when you're tired. But right now, he ain't told me that. I'm going to keep on keeping on. So that's why I tell you, man, just keep doing what you're doing and keep laughing, keep joking, keep having a good time, man.
I can't stop.
Yeah, no, please don't do that, man. That's good therapy. I tell you, man, that's good therapy. And you'll stay looking young, man. Shit, I can fool people with my age, but I don't try to do it. I tell this old man, yeah, how'd you do it? I don't know. I just laugh. Shit, dang. So that's about it. So that's what I try to tell you, big guy. I love it, and if that's it, man,
Yeah.
I just want to thank you, big guy, for really seriously taking the time.
Yeah.
And me, you sitting down and just sharing some of our little thoughts.
Yeah, of course.
And I like what you're doing.
Thank you. Let me just wrap it up.
Okay.
I think we're done.
Okay.
Amarakvati, Murphy Lee, and Dee Andrews on April 11th, 2024 in Cabrillo High School, and I think we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was great.
Oh man, I enjoyed
Oh, everybody's so good.